What is going on? Mox Open back with another one. Today I kind of just unboxed it too, just because it does have a lot of websites on it, YouTube, and doing the stuff I can't show you websites, but I can show you a little bit of the stuff. Like, I ain't got a website on here. It's the Drop Dead by Hellvape. Can't show you like a lot of the other part of the user manual because it does have websites in it. But I can show you kind of a couple of the pages inside of here. Like it does have quite a bit of stuff. Like I can't show you that page actually. So yeah, no, I can't actually show you inside of that because of the websites and the YouTube, policies with that. Same thing with kind of the box to a point. Um, but you get a little box like this on the inside. You get a little Drop Dead sticker with the little bunny rabbit on it, which is actually a pretty good sticker. It's a waterproof sticker, so you can kind of stick it on anything. Box looks like that. Hellvape, Drop Dead. It is a collaboration project, and it looks like it's more of Hellvape's version of a dead rabbit, basically, is what it's basically compared to. So I can't show you the side of it here because it's got all sorts of websites and Facebook stuff and YouTube stuff. Like I can't show you that, but on this side, it's got the Drop Dead, which is a drop-in build deck, flavor-focused kind of airflow chamber, and an 810 drip tip. Like it legitly focuses. It does focus on just flavor, and the deck is super easy actually to build on. So inside the box, when you open it, actually looks like that. You're gonna have your RDA there, which is actually this RDA. We have it on top of the Regenesis, and it looks just almost like a dead rabbit, basically. Got a clear drip tip, which actually is the secondary one. But inside this little box that comes inside of there, you'll get your good old baggie of goodies of your O-rings and your grub screws, your squonk pin, which actually might not be a bad, actually RDA for squonk. I have not tried it out in there. You get a 510 adapter inside, and then also there's another bag in here that has two screwdrivers, which is a flathead and a Phillips, and also an Allen key. Which actually these ones, they're the short ones, yeah, but these ones are pretty thick. They're durable. They're not flimsy like some of the real small blue ones, like this that come in them. These ones are actually pretty durable and thick, almost like what come inside the profile kind of box. But what comes on top of it first is your regular colorful drip tip, which when it comes with it, this is a Delrin drip tip. So it's a proven build deck to easily drop your coils in, and you drop the coils in for installation. Intelligent hides slide downward, stopping airflow to maximize the flavor and minimize leaking, which I just dumped a bunch of juice in it and it still hasn't leaked. It's got 14 airflows, a deep juice well, which is convenient for dripping and squonking, internal barrel lock for easy removal. It's got a knurled top cap to adjust the airflow with ease, smart airflow design with a hit of the center of your coils for every time. It's got two high-quality 810 drip tips with a 510 drip tip adapter, a standard positive pin, raised bottom flow squonk 510 pin included. A single coil or dual coil place can be placed in with ease. Inside of the box, you get a 24 millimeter Drop Dead RDA with a colorful resin drip tip, which is this one here, which is a nice little blue one with a metal ring on it, which actually it's nice, it's comfortable. You get a clear frosted 810 drip tip, which I have on there now. You get the accessory bag, the Drop Dead sticker, and then the instruction manual. I can't show you the back of the contents with all the other stuff on there because it's got a bunch of websites and all that. So it is 24 millimeters around, but I think about I think it's like 30 millimeters or 35 millimeters tall. I'm actually going to switch that clear drip tip off because I kind of like the feel of the this one. The Delrin one's kind of eh. Alright, so we're going to start with 24 millimeters round. I already got a build inside of it. As you can see, you literally just drop your coils right on in the top. So post straight there. And as you can see where my leg's at, you literally just drop them in and kind of drop your cotton straight down. And as high as what them seem like they're sitting, they're actually not sitting all that high. Like, I cut the legs on them actually fairly short, like really short. I cut them at a 4, and it's still sitting that high in there because I kind of raised it up to where just barely the post right there would grab the legs, which I know one seems like it's sitting a little bit higher than the other one. I mean, which it kind of is a tiny bit. And your cotton kind of just comes down out of that, almost like a waterfall kind of system, and just kind of cascades. So actually dripping on it is quite nice. So when you drip, I notice when it hits the coils, like it literally just, it cascades and waterfalls to the cotton, and like the coils through the airflow are right there. So it's like when you're dripping, everything's perfectly juiced up. So there's the cap. Pull that out there, and then your airflow, kind of pull on that. That's a little top piece there, and then you got the barrel. So then the barrel sits on there just like that. Pretty easy. But there is a couple spots that are on this though too, as you can see, that are marked, that are on it. You see like the notches that are right there. So they're not locking notches inside of there, but on the inside you can see it's notched a little bit. So on the RDA itself here, them notches go on the side of the posts. And that's how your barrel goes back on. So where the notches are at, and then your post literally just goes just like that. 2 O-rings on the bottom piece itself. That's actually how it looks, even with them 2 coils raised up that far and that much cotton inside of there. And there's still quite a bit of room. Now them are both 22 gauge, 3.5 millimeter in diameter, 12 wrap coils, and still fit in there that perfect. I could probably go at least 13 wraps on each coil if I really wanted to actually go post by post. It's not as wide as, say, the Valhalla, but it is fairly wide. So like if you actually made your coils and then kind of tucked your legs in at an angle to go down on the post, you could probably get a good like 15 wrap even to go across. Felt like I was gonna sneeze, sorry. Excuse me. And then your barrel, as you can see, has kind of got notches on that too. It is held in by a single O-ring there. This is straight stainless steel, which is actually pretty heavy for the lid itself. There's also a O-ring on the inside, which is actually kind of what holds the cap in itself too. So when you actually put this in with the notches, you're going to do the same kind of thing, kind of just slide it in, because that's also going to be your airflow. That's actually how that goes in. It sits in there nice and tight since it's brand new. Really haven't juiced it out. We're going to slap that on there. And your airflow is literally just grabbing the top here and kind of opening and closing it. There's 14 airflow holes altogether, which there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. There's 14 on each side, so there's 28 airflows altogether. And like I said, it's pretty nice. It's clean. The machining on this, actually all the way around so far, has actually been fairly good. I haven't really seen a lot of machining marks. I have not really seen, not even on the inside. I've seen a couple of marks, but not too bad. Basically just where the machine it came off the machine. The cutting machine, basically, whatever tool would have ground into it to cut it out. on the inside of the barrel, just a tiny bit. Other than that, there is no other machining marks anywhere. The drip tip itself is actually a nice, soft kind of a like drip tip. I know this says that this one is the other one's this is a Delrin one, I think. No, this is a resin drip tip. So this resin drip tip is actually really comfortable and it's really soft and really slick feeling compared to the Delrin one. The Delrin one is kind of gritty feeling, like most Delrin ones are, you know. So like Valhalla got a Delrin one on here of a wide bore, and it's a little gritty feeling. Which, I mean, compared to this, I mean, throwing clouds, and on a Regenesis, I mean, and I'm sitting at 0.3 ohms, so it's got a slow ramp to it, but for being a little thing, and it's got a lot of flavor, it's got a lot of airflow. So being a 24 millimeter, the dual coil is great in it. Even with a slow ramp up in the Regenesis, we know it's a hard hitter, but it's not like say a Valhalla, like a Dead Rabbit's a hard hitter RDA, depending on what you have it on. And running off a 21700 single cell, I mean, 0.3 ohms is a little high. You literally should be sitting at, like, if I were going to run something like this on there, it should be like 0.1 to 0.15 ohms to fire up and ramp up faster. But even at 0.3 ohms on this, ramping up slow with 12 wraps, altogether there's 24 wraps inside this thing, it's still blowing clouds and flavor out pretty well, actually. So on the way that it's built, I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10. It's pretty durable. It's pretty thick steel, like to where if I were to drop this, I'm probably gonna scratch it more than I am gonna dent it. It's pretty thick. The drip tip, I absolutely love how that drip tip is made, even with the little O-ring or the metal kind of ring sitting in there. Makes it a lot easier to clean instead of having a bunch of gunk in there too. For some reason, like that type of stainless steel on the drip tips, the barrel is actually set up nice. Once I get it juiced up, it'll start coming off a little bit better. The airflow, I wish kind of was like the Valhalla. I could turn the body, but with this type of deck inside of here, I mean, it's kind of more convenient to twist the top to change the airflow. And having altogether 28 airflow holes for something this small, that's actually pretty big. For the airflow holes. Even the Valhalla has got quite a bit of airflow holes like that. This is also a bottom airflow. So even though the airflow holes are up top here, it's actually got bottom airflow that's basically kind of sucking up, almost like, you know, say the Valhalla, it's got them holes down here that's got the bottom airflow that with the top ones up here that sucks it straight up for maximum flavor. That's kind of what the smart flavor like setup is. And every time I actually get an RDA that has like the airflow system set up like that, or even the drop-in kind of coils, has some of the best flavor that I can think of. It just so happens that Valhalla chucks clouds like days. Now the mod that goes on RDA that goes on top of the Regenesis, like, it's not a bottom airflow, but still has immaculate flavor. I've been testing this quite a bit. I put this actually at a higher ohm and put it on top of the Saga. That is also a badass thing, but we'll do a different review on just the RDA itself. But if you like smaller RDAs, this is 24 millimeter. Looks good even on this ugly ass green. It looks good on even the black there. I had it on even a Vaporesso, which I mean it went perfect with that because of the silver. 24 millimeter, it looks good. The stainless steel looks good. The drip tip looks good. It feels good. The airflow is doesn't whistle very much. Like there's just that little bit of it. And that's actually me hitting it at a pretty good hit. So not a bunch of whistle on it, and it's a pretty smooth hit. The way the barrel is also set up on there with the notches, I actually like the notches, how they actually set that up on barrels. But even if you don't have a mech mod to throw it on, you just got something that's a regulated mod. I had it on here. We'll throw it on here again. Get the airflow wide open. I got it on 90 watts, as you can see, and it's almost 0.3 ohms. It's literally 2.9, 90 watts. And since you're on a regulated and actually being able to pull a little bit more power, we're going to kick it up to 100 watts even. It fires a little faster, you know, obviously because it's mech mods, they don't have that control of wattage, so the flavor on here is actually excellent. I didn't have to juice it up more, but I kind of like having consistent juice. And I noticed every time I do drip down on that, like I was saying, it does cascade from the coils like straight down onto the cotton. So like it is staying juiced up pretty well, like very well. Still not a lot of whistle at all. The top up here does not get hot, not even in the top metal part around here doesn't really get all that hot either because of the bottom airflow, and then also that top, these top air holes right here, like you can feel it as soon as it starts to come up from your breath in the warmth, like it cools off a little bit, but still have a nice warm vape with a good airflow. So 24 millimeter with some bags of goodies, a resin drip tip you get. You also get a Delrin drip tip, squonk pin, 810 or a 510 adapter. Like I said, I think it's 30 millimeters by tall, maybe 35 millimeters tall. For being little, it actually does have a little bit of weight. But if you just want something small and compact, that's actually a pretty good way to go. It might be something new that they just made. I don't know. I just actually went into the store and the guy hooked me up with it at my local store. I would have to rate altogether out of everything, just because of my quirks. I would like to have a wide bore, so I'm gonna kind of knock like a half a point off that. I like the wide bore drip tips. I don't like them ones kind of like the Valhalla that it first comes with. Like you got to feel like you're face fucking your mod. Like having that right there to where it sticks up some, and then maybe a wide bore would be great, even better for air or for flavor. For airflow, like there's not much I could really complain about. So I mean, all together for the whole complete thing and the whole complete kit with all the goodies in it, I'm gonna give this whole setup probably a good 9 out of 10. Just, it is good all the way around. If you're looking for something small and compact, but still hits pretty good and still has a lot of flavor, this would be the way to go. I can't complain about the flavor on it, honestly. This almost competes with the Valhalla for flavor compared to flavor-wise. It's right there. Like, it's so cloudy in here already for me just hitting on it, it's probably going to set off my fire alarms. Like, it's got that much cloudage. The flavor is amazing. So if you actually see one and you're a collector of like just RDAs like I am, even being a YouTuber doing reviews, and you see one in your store, I only paid $30 for it. I suggest getting one. It might be something to add to your collection. Like I said, 9 out of 10 is what I'm going to give it. It's pretty well built, pretty well, everything all the way around. So that is my review on a Hellvape Drop Dead RDA. It's a collaboration, Moxo below.